What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I've been following now. I guess I'm a follow the trial guy now. After Kyle's, there's just so many high-profile, interesting ones going on right now. Obviously, the very serious one going on in New York, but then there's the curious case of French-Canadian actor Jussie Smollett, who decided that he was out at 2 in the morning in a polar vortex in Chicago when he was approached by two indiscriminate white guys wearing Trump hats to remind him that it was in fact MAGA country, before the gay Tupac, as he refers to himself, fought them off heroically, all while holding on to his delicious foot-long tuna salad sub from Subway. Of course, the story is ridiculous, and almost immediately when it came out, everyone made fun of him, and nobody believed that it was a real story. Unfortunately, for after the memes aside, this was a time when this country was at a boiling point, and he used that for personal gain. It was reported that he did this simply because he wasn't happy that Fox didn't respond strong enough to some letter he allegedly got, which he probably also faked. What it was all about was him getting more money. Now he's getting absolutely eviscerated in trial, and it's only getting worse. So what we knew, or what we found out pretty quickly after, is that there were two trainers or extras from the Empire production set or whatever, and they were the ones that actually worked with him to stage all of this. They were paid $3,500 to do so. They cashed the check the morning ahead of their rehearsal. We now found out through trial that they literally rehearsed the event, and that he taped the rehearsal, which, I mean, he's just cooked. There's no coming back from this. And what you get in this scenario is desperation Hail Marys from the defense that claim that the Ascendario brothers, or whatever, one of the brothers was in love with Jussie, and that's why he fake hit him. And that's why he met him at 2 o'clock in the morning and gave him a piece of string that wasn't on his neck during the tussle, but he put it on his own neck after leaving, making sure all the security cameras see it. The second man now, so hilariously enough, we figured out who the two men were pretty quickly. And then they're testifying against him. Why? Probably because the state said, look, we're not going to charge you in participating in this if you testify against the guy, which is exactly what they did. The first brother testified yesterday. Now the second man today, that he paid this man and his brother to carry it out, giving them lines to shout and pointing out a surveillance camera the former Empire actor said would capture the whole thing on video and to use for publicity. Now, this is a whole nother level of those hookup tapes that accidentally leak into websites where you can pay to see them for, almost instantaneously. But one of the Ascendario's testimony at the trial echoed the exact same thing the brother said. His brother gave on the witness stand Wednesday, including that Jussie wanted the brothers to douse him with gas and then put the rope around him. And then he gave them a $100 bill to buy the supplies and then paid them $3,500. That doesn't seem like enough to me. I mean, certainly they had to know what they were doing was very wrong, unless they're complete morons. The idea that, you're going to give up your freedoms for $3,500. He then said that Jussie told him that he had received a mean letter at the TV studio in Chicago, and that he had this crazy idea of having two MAGA supporters go after him, an apparent reference to then President Donald Trump's slogan, "Make America Great Again." He believed the plan was to publicize the thing on social media, but not to involve law enforcement. He wanted me to put the thing around him and then pour bleach on him. They opted for bleach, he said, because he wasn't comfortable using gas. Oh, well, that's where he draws the line. He said that Jussie wanted his brother to do the punching, and that it would look like a struggle and appear the actor fought back, because he is valiant. He's, of course, charged with 6 counts of felony disorderly conduct. and also for making the false police report. He should also be responsible for paying all the salaries of all the extra hours police worked, and he should probably have to face some people who were hoping to have their case solved, but instead, because he's a Hollywood star, Chicago PD diverted resources to his fake case instead of solving real ones. Now, the Class 4 felony carries a prison sentence for up to 3 years, and I'm telling you, I'm standing here on all 10 toes, telling you that he deserves the full 3 years. Now, experts have said that if he is convicted, he will likely be placed on probation in order to perform community service. Oh, he's definitely going to be convicted. Earlier Thursday, Smollett's defense worked to discredit the brothers' account, suggesting that they went after him because they didn't like him, and then tried to get him to pay them each $1 million to not testify that he staged it. Defense attorney Shay Allen, of course, did he have any proof of that? Doesn't appear so. They were motivated to go after Jussie for staging it because of their dislike of the performer, who is both gay and black. And they saw an opportunity to make money. By the way, both these gentlemen are also black. I don't know if they're also gay or not, but the defense would suggest it. He asked him, who worked in as a stand-in on the Chicago side of the Empire, if he tried to get a $5,000 a week job as a security, and if it was after he was questioned by PD and released. He told Jussie that he and his brother wouldn't testify at the trial if they were each paid $1 million. He responded, "No, sir," to both. I believe he could have said that. It doesn't make the actual incident fake, though, does it? Or it doesn't remove the actual incident. That still happened. Allen also questioned why Jussie would ask him and his brother to wait around for him outside at 2 a.m. in January when temperatures were well below freezing, and why they would do so. He really wanted to carry out the attack, Allen said. And then the person on the stand said, "The fake one," he quickly responded. In the follow-up to questioning by the prosecutor, he said he never thought Jussie would go to the PD or file a fake incident as real. He said that Jussie told him he just wanted to use it to generate media attention, and that he has never lied to the Chicago police. His legal team needs to cast doubt on the brothers' damaging testimony, but it isn't easy. They stuck with their story during the cross-examination while also denying he had any kind of spicy relationship with Jussie or that he had asked the actor to hire him. And much of what the brothers have told jurors about the night appears to be corroborated by video and other evidence. Jussie's legal team is expected to ask him on cross-examination about his previous conviction. You can't do that, which he testified Thursday in 2012 was for battery. As a felon, he could not legally possess anything, but police found things. Again, none of that actually matters to the case. I don't think that you can sit on that jury and for like even 1 second think that the whole thing wasn't absurd. You know, the idea that they use their names, or that, you know, these guys might have, you know, speckled past, but that doesn't change the events of that night. And if you're sitting on that jury, I would think any normal person would have to think of it that way. I mean, they are absolutely floundering. They're so desperate. They're talking about, oh, they went to a bathhouse. Weren't you in love with him because you went to a bathhouse together? Like, I don't know what a bathhouse is. I imagine, I mean, I know that there are some for the people of that persuasion, but the person on the stand-up apparently said, "No, I didn't know. You know, if I did go to one, it wasn't one for this type of activities or whatever." The whole thing, but, you know, and going after these two brothers, by the way, I think just looks bad. It just looks bad. It's like Allen then asked him if he hoped to leverage his friendship and spicy tension with Jussie to advance his acting career. Asked about an alleged trip to a Boys Town bathhouse the pair took a few months before. "When did you and Jussie start dating?" Allen asked. "We were never dating," Osundario replied. Since the opening statements, his defense team has portrayed Osundario and his brother Olabinjo, who allegedly worked with him, looking to exploit Jussie. But he still went to the police. He filed the report. He went on TV and said it happened. What it was is he got caught in a lie, and then he doubled down, and then he tripled down, and then he quadrupled down. That's exactly why I believe that the only sentence that would be acceptable in this case is the maximum, based on everything that you take into account, based on how just like evil the plan was in the first place, capitalizing on hate. I think you've got to make an example here, at least a year in prison, at least. I know he won't get any time, but that doesn't change what my recommendation would be. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.